Allow me to do some introductions. Predator, weird voyeurs that always watch me. Weirdos, this is Predator. To give back to you guys, the Extreme Channel is giving away this giant Goro statue from PCS for our 20,000 sub giveaway. If you want to know how to win this, I'll tell you a little bit later in this video. Hey guys, today we're coming at you with Prime 1 Studios' big game Predator. That's right, so this is a Predator statue not from the Predator movies. And if you're like me, you were introduced to the character of Predator from the original Predator movies and even the movies they make today. But this is from Dark Horse Comics. And if you don't know what that is, that's kind of like, you know how Marvel owns the X-Men and Avengers? Dark Horse Comics, see that? Started turning the other way. Dark Horse Comics does Predator, Alien, and some other characters. Seriously, it just turned directions again. Anyway, Prime 1 Studios made this 1/4 scale piece. So real life version of Predator would be 4 times larger, and as you can see, this is a bad mofo. And I'm really excited today because I love Alien Predator pieces. You can check out my collection, which is actually right over there in this most recent tour. Now, not only am I excited because of that, but this is going to pair awesome with another piece I have from Prime 1 Studios. That is their Dark Horse Scorpion Alien. I've done a review on it. You can actually check it out right here. And the third reason I'm so excited is Prime 1 Studios recently got into this Predator game. Not only from Dark Horse Comics, but also from some of the movies. And I think I have almost every single one on order. So this is the first one. So it's going to be kind of like a litmus test if they can pull off magnificent Predator statues. Also today, if you caught the review yesterday, we did an Etrigan DC Comic Demon statue. I'm doing a little bit different format on my reviews. So right now, throw down in the comments below if you like this format. We're also going to test it out tomorrow with a custom Weapon X piece, hopefully. Should arrive today. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to show you on this guy was the assembly. Check it out. Came in one very large heavy box. This statue is incredibly heavy. It was pretty beat up. The art box was kind of beat up too, but it was a pretty cool art box. On the front was the portrait, and on the back was a picture of the statue itself. Standard Prime 1 Studios foam with tape. And I was really worried because things were kind of rattling around. It had the standard black silk-like cloths, but thankfully everything turned out to be fantastic. Now, Prime 1 Studios made 750 of these. 400 are the collector's version, which doesn't come with an additional switch-out portrait we'll talk about in a second. The other 350 are the exclusive, which is what I have right here. Now, also with that, the price points were at $11.99 and $1,249 respectively. He stands at just about 27 inches tall, and then he's about 17 inches both deep and wide, give or take. For exact dimensions, go to Prime 1 Studios' website. So every piece comes with 2 display options for the left hand. It can be a simple left hand like this, or holding a human skull, which is clearly the way to go. Every piece also comes with the unmasked version, which to me is the best one to display, but the exclusive version has this masked version right here that also lights up. Now, not only does it light up, but there is a separate pedestal stand for that. Now, as I said, the exclusive version has a separate pedestal right here, where you can actually display the unmasked or the masked version with that light up feature we looked at. And I prefer all my Predators this way. I'm really glad that Prime 1 Studios did that option, because other than the dreadlocks not making sense down here, I like the fact you can kind of put his masked version right down here. Because let's face it, his unmasked portrait looks more badass anyway. But now let's take a look at the close-ups of this piece and see how big it is. And a lot of this is a lot bigger than I thought it'd be.
That's what she said.
Which I actually prefer.
Hey, that's what she said.
Now, starting at this sub base here, it's really interesting. It's almost like it's a casket or something of that nature, ordained with some Predator stuff on it. It's okay. I love the rocks. They did a fantastic job not only on the sculpt of these, but the different colors they use. And it kind of insinuates, he's sitting high upon a lookout area to see where his next prey is, because he is a big hunter. He's a game hunter. And you can also see that by all the human skulls. And what I like about this is they are bigger than normal because they're actually scaled correctly for a 1/4 scale piece. So there's some in the back that you don't really see, but then a ton up front. And he collects his trophies, and you can even see the blood effect they did on it. I think they did a really nice job pooling that effect. There's a little bit of a clear, translucent kind of paint over it to make it look bloodier, and that's especially true in the skull he's holding. Not only on the skull, but you can see the blood on his hands. They just did a fantastic job on this piece, and I'm glad that it comes with both the collector's and the exclusive version. So here's the spinal cord, again, a lot of that deep red color, and if it's too bloody for you, you can just display the hand. Now looking at the Predator, the armor looks okay. It looks a little plasticky to me, which is typically not something you see with Prime 1 Studios, but it doesn't look bad. It's not shiny or anything like that, there's something off about it, and I can't tell if it's the paint. I don't think it's the sculpt though. With his skin, also very different. So typically, I would expect either kind of a moist effect or like a dry, reptile-like skin, and you see neither of those. Not a lot of texture. They do have the spots. I like the fact that there is no netting on this like there traditionally are on Predators. The ropes that hold the human pieces look a little bit cheap. Not really a huge fan of those. Of course, you don't have to display them by any means. See, here's a foot here, human foot. Other than those ropes, everything's sculpted, even like the pads around his hands. And right here you can actually see his blade. Now his blade is not metal. I think that's a big miss. It's either resin or polystone. However, the gauntlets it's coming out of look good. I like the aged wear, but they're not totally old, so there's some newness to them. Here's some more of his skin, and you can kind of see a little bit of reptilian aspect to it, but there's something just off about it. It's not bad, it's just not what I'm used to on a Predator statue. And that includes his armor like you see here on the back. And then here's the gauntlet on his right hand with some detail. That's usually where he either blows himself up or does something of that nature to it. I like how there's cords hooked up to the rest of his suit. Now up here you actually see his blaster, which all Predators have. Now this does have a light up feature, but I couldn't get the batteries to work. Probably user error on my part, but let's look at the portrait. Now I have the same complaints about the skin. It's just different from what I'm used to seeing in a Predator statue, so I wouldn't necessarily say bad. The dreads look good. They're all bunched together. This is completely sculpted, so nothing really crazy going on there. I expected some of them to break in shipping, but they didn't. But where this statue really shines, I think, is on the front. The mandibles and the teeth and the eyes look really good. And I like the fact that, this isn't a typical movie Predator, so it is different from all the other pieces I have owned or I have seen. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like the gloss on the teeth. On the inner workings of the mandibles here, you see some veins. Really well done. I think it makes him look really scary and really badass. To me, this is kind of, like I said, the shining star of the statue, the portrait. So does this statue have the X factor? Is this a 5 out of 5 piece? I don't think it is a 5 out of 5 piece. Like I said, I'm kind of, I don't want to say unpleasantly surprised, but I wasn't really expecting some of the skin textures. I love the portrait. I really like the base. And I think in between that is done really well, just not amazing. I do think this is a 4 out of 5 statue. I'm definitely happy that I got it. He's going to look fantastic. You know what? Here's actually a picture from the future. This is what he looks like next to that scorpion alien. And if you like this, just know I posted this yesterday on the Extreme Channel Facebook and Instagram page. You can actually check both of those out. Make sure you like and follow them. The link is in the description below. For other behind-the-scenes stuff, make sure to check out that join button as well. But thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. Hit a like on your way out. Check out some of these other pieces from Prime 1 Studios as well. And of course, if you're not subscribed, hit that Mr. X logo. Hit that bell notification for all, because cool shit like this comes in almost every single day. Take care.